What is going on, guys? We are back with another video doing more Madden 23 ratings, kind of reactions and, kind of quick thoughts, and maybe looking for some gems here and there. I will probably have proper videos kind of highlighting some of the sleeper picks and gems that you may want to use for next Madden. I usually do that every year. Also, we'll probably end up using the full rosters that come out tomorrow to kind of narrow down the teams we may want to be for Madden 23. I'll have a video on that as well, I imagine. And yeah, there's probably going to be more videos like best teams to use for a franchise, best teams to rebuild, all that kind of stuff coming up. So if you don't want to miss it, maybe leave a like, maybe subscribe if you're new. Do a ton of franchise stuff, obviously. And if you're not new, appreciate your continued support. Also, I'm going to have a rebuild a little bit later today, so maybe check that out. But without further ado, we're going to start with the kickers, who don't seem to change much every year. And the reason why I know they don't really change is because Jeromepkr is the number 2 kicker again. I mean, if we're basing it off of performances last year, guys like Daniel Carlson, Bosworth Boswell was like a butler, even Graham Gano. There's a bunch of names that I would probably have above Jeromepkr as of last year. Obviously, Evan McPherson's going to get a lot of love because he was good, but also he was kind of a fan favorite, which EA loves to cater to the fans at, stuff like that. As far as kicking power goes, you can see Joey Sly is still a beast. Prater, a bit on the older side, but Sly still your kicking gem, if you will. Tucker's obviously getting up there in age, and there's some other guys here. Who's got the lowest kick power? How about that? Andrew Mevis. What about the rookies? There's a couple rookies, wasn't there? Was Verity one of them, I think? What about the other guy? What's his name? He was like, actually, where was he? What team did he go to? Cade York, 94 kick power, fair enough. Maybe they had punters. Do I really care? I guess if they have them, we'll take a look. They don't have punters because punters aren't people, lol. Of course, going on to the running backs now. Christian McCaffrey, 96 overall, despite playing 0 games ever. Of course, he came in, he did play, but I mean, he wasn't even that spectacular his last 2 seasons when he did play. Of course, the team he's playing behind, maybe not the best, but him being the second highest rated running back, not playing that much, and really not even putting up good numbers when he does play, I can't see it. I just can't see it. I also don't think the idea of, he's not playing, so, he's injured, so he's immune. I think that should only go for like a season. If you're gone for multiple seasons, I think maybe you should start losing your overall. I'm just going to be honest with you. Like, you can't just, keep your rating forever. Michael Thomas knows that about as well as anyone. Of course, Nick Chubb, 96 overall, fair enough. Derrick Henry has the number 1 spot. Could have probably made him faster. Of course, when that man gets going, he is going. You can see his acceleration's a little lower, but I think even EA knows that Excel doesn't play as big of a factor in the game as you would want it to, or real life does. As far as looking at the other ratings, Aaron Jones being 90 speed, 93 Excel seems a little high, to be honest. I mean, we've seen it against the Niners that if he really was 90 speed, 93 Excel, he probably would have scored a touchdown before half. No block field goal. The Packers beat the Niners. They have one of the best teams in the league. The injuries that they've had, and they've had all season, they had about $70-80 million worth of cap players injured or just playing on 30% snap counts. Maybe they go on to win a Super Bowl. No one talks about Rodgers only winning 1 Super Bowl again. But he's not 90 speed, 93 Excel. He cut inside instead of just running down the sideline for a score because he's more like 88 speed and 90 Excel. And yeah, the rest is history. Of course, Zeke, an 88 overall, I don't see it. I don't think he's good. I just think Zeke is past his prime. Leonard Fournette getting a little love at 87. Cordell E. Patterson. God, of course, long name. Najee Harris, 85 overall, not bad. David Montgomery, 84. Cam Akers, 83. I mean, kind of what you would expect here. I kind of want to see some of the juke ratings, though. So the fastest, I believe, is still Mostert in the game. Oh, come on, dude. We're not doing this, are we? Mostert at 95. Jonathan Taylor, who's just a freak in the game, at 94. Nwangwu at 94, some pretty good stuff. Kenneth Walker, 93 speed, 94 Excel, really fast. Anyone else? Ty Chandler, pretty fast. 93 speed, 95 Excel, that's kind of busted. Excel probably doesn't really matter because it's kind of the same situation. Of course, tying with Mostert, but for some reason it shows Darrell Henderson first, even though he's way slower than the rest. I don't know how that's a possibility. Catching. Let's take a look at catching. Christian McCaffrey, number 1. Cordero Patterson, a kind of wide receiver, kind of running back. With in number 2 catching. Where the hell is Alvin Kamara? Below Aaron Jones, which is interesting. What else would I want to look at? Jumping, I don't really care too much about. Break tackle. Nick Chubb at a 98 overall. Look at Javonte Williams looking pretty good. What's that speed, though? Javonte Williams at 88 speed. It's not terrible. 98, break tackle and all that. You can see a lot of decent names there. Trucking, that's always a fun one to look at. Derrick Henry at 93 and 92 for Leonard Fournette, which is busted so fast he is. And, of course, A.J. Dillon with an 88 trucking. Is there anyone better in the league at trucking than A.J. Dillon right now? I don't know. I don't think there is. I think they're maybe factoring speed more for trucking, which, if you consider momentum, you could say that a lot of elusive backs then would be better at trucking than most power backs. But sure, I guess. I don't know if there's really a tougher guy to purely tackle than A.J. Dillon, not factoring in, juke moves, agility, and all that. Obviously, when you're really agile, that counts as hardest to tackle. But when it comes down to, you can't, the running back can't outmaneuver you. They can't, outrun you. They got to run straight through you. I think he'd be very close to the top to tackle. I think it's him and Derrick Henry. I don't know if there's anyone else. So as far as trucking, the pure definition of trucking, how is A.J. Dillon not above 88? I don't know what to tell you. Stiff arm, A.J. Dillon is at 85, with Derrick Henry, of course, at 99. What about juke move? Aaron Jones is the highest juke move in the game. That's a bit surprising. Of course, he is very agile with that, but a little surprising. What about spin move? He's only 84, whereas Christian McCaffrey is 91. And, outside of, route running kind of stuff, there's not really much more to see, which obviously Christian McCaffrey is probably going to top the total at that as well. Alvin Kamara with the short routes. Medium route goes to Kamara as well, actually. Deep route goes to Cordero. So Alvin Kamara, outside of the catching, is the best route runner for running backs, but it's pretty much the same ratings every year for that. I want to take a look at some of the youngsters, though, if I can. That's what Jeff Epps said. What? I'm absolutely forgetting some, without a doubt, right? I'm absolutely forgetting some. Breece Hall at a 76 overall, 91 speed, 92 excel. James Cook, 92 speed, 93 excel. That's kind of all I see there, but let's take a look at the juke move and all that. Break tackle at 76 and 79. So all the rip, it's hard to tell because James Cook is a little behind on some of these jukeability ratings, trucking and all that, but the fact that he is a decent bit faster, and I still probably would go with Breece Hall as the number 1 running back for rookies going into the next game. I'm trying to not forget anyone else. We obviously have Ty Chandler, who's very good, but obviously he's not going to have the trucking as... he does have he has 77. I didn't think they were actually going to give him... Maybe he is the best. Oh, that change of direction is 77. They always give change of direction to running backs just awful. It's just awful every year. Okay, some fun there in the running back position. A lot of speed this year compared to other years for running backs. And I'm probably even forgetting another one, Kenneth Walker we had on there. It was very fast, but interesting. Let's actually take a look at Kenneth. Oh, Jesus. Is that what we're doing here? Probably forgetting someone else, and I can't think of them right now. For some reason, my brain won't allow it. But Kenneth Walker, 93 speed, 94 excel, which is just blazing. As far as his trucking goes, 82. I don't know what that injury stamina was. It kind of passed it by, but Kenneth Walker with that sick change of direction. He's kind of a freak in the game, though. He's going to be a beast. That's kind of busted. But, of course, for the final one, safeties. The one that kind of gets everyone riled up every year, it seems, as players are just... It seems like the EA is stuck in the past. I don't know if I would still have Harrison Smith that high, but I'll allow it. But I still think Tyrann Mathieu is vastly overrated. He's still the highest rated safety in the game. I get he's kind of a free range and he can do a lot, but really? Over Derwin? Where's Minka? Every year, no Minka Fitzpatrick. Jamal's probably slightly too high as well. The Bills' safeties are great. Not even going to argue about it. Poyer finally getting a little bit of love, to be honest. Adrian Amos at 88. Fair enough. I suppose maybe could have put him at 90, 91. Antoine Winfield, very, very good, obviously. Devin McCourty, Marcus Williams. Quandre Diggs maybe could have been a little bit higher. Holland maybe a little higher. Finally, Eddie Jackson kind of goes down for the Bears. I mean, it seems like they're always overrating him. Garner Johnson is super lowly rated. I mean, my man could play corner if he wanted to. Chin's always going to be great. Wow, John Johnson's rough. Reed is very fast. Trying to look for the youngsters, though. Like, I'm thinking Kyle Hamilton, 87 speed. I don't know why. I just think 87 speed is what they're going to give him, if I can ever find him. Assuming they actually have him. 88 speed, 86 excel, and is that 85 agility? Oof. Not great. Once again, he's tall as hell, but like, oof, you know, that's rough. V3 hit power. I mean, I think he's going to be not as used as, you know, maybe several months ago when people thought he was actually fast. I don't know. Lewis Seen, of course, blazing. Absolutely blazing. See if we can see any of the other rookies in here. Jalen here with 90 speed, 93 excel. Not bad, actually. Is Dax Hill, like, really low overall? Or did I miss him? Brian Cook is so slow. 85 zone speed, which is just brutal. Nick Cross, insanely fast, as expected. And I must have missed Dax, unless they're playing him at corner or something. JT Woods, blazing fast. A lot of speed coming into the game this year, for sure. A lot of it. Yeah, I must have missed him, because 75 overall, 93 speed, 94 excel, 69 catching. 88 jumping. I mean, he's pretty damn good. 92 change of direction. It's pretty damn freakly, if you ask me. Let's get rid of that and then just go by speed if we can. So JT Woods and Nick Cross, the highest speed guys in the game at safety. Same with Tyson Anderson at 94 speed. Dax Hill. So, like, the top 5 speed guys pretty much are rookies, which is pretty damn insane. Like, then you have a couple of others that are, like, not too far behind. That's ridiculous. And then as far as hit power, which is always a really fun rating to follow, the highest hit power guy is, of course, Jamal Adams. Harrison Smith at 93. Keanu Neal. Derwin at 91. You know, some pretty good killers. Lewis Seen is kind of freak. He's kind of like one of the best safeties in the game. He's kind of freakly, but yeah, that's that for those. Next, we shall be going on to the corners. I'm sure there's not going to be any controversies there. Surely Trayvon Diggs, I'd say probably 84, 85 overall, to be honest. And here we have it, the cornerbacks. Jalen Ramsey, no longer 98 overall, and I'm going to be honest with you. I think he's an amazing player, but I think he is slightly overrated. I'm just going to say it. I think Jalen Ramsey at this point is probably a 96, at most 97. I can see why he dropped from 99. Still think 98's too high. Jair at 94, fair enough. You know, he also missed a whole season, so you know, we'll see how he is when he returns. Tre'Davious White, great player. Darius Slay getting a little more love, not a lot, but a little bit more love. Lattimore should probably be a little bit higher, to be honest, but you know, most of these guys are pretty conservative, 90-ish rating. Cornerback is a little bit tougher to gauge, because once again, corners are going to get burned no matter how good they are. It's just a tough position to play. Obviously, you can see why they're getting paid so much. Looking at, AJ Terrell 89, Marlon Humphrey 90, JC Jackson 90. I don't really hate too many of these ratings. Like I said, though, I still think Jalen Ramsey's a little overrated. Just a tad. Just a tad, Ben. There's going to be somebody like, no, Jalen's a perfect player. 98 man, 99 zone. And I'm not going to just completely base it off of the Super Bowl, but man, he did kind of get torched in the Super Bowl. Looking at some of the other ratings, obviously Jair is really good in man as well. Trey White. Slay is amazing. Okay. Any like surprising ratings? Nothing special there. Obviously, we all kind of want to see where that Trayvon Diggs guy ranks. And 84. That is, I mean, kind of expected, but it's very interesting to see what the fans are going to think. You know, so far people have been pretty spot on, but if Trayvon Diggs gets super defended, then yeah, it's going to be a little surprising. Of course, Kendall Fuller, 89. 89 for Howard, 87 for Jones. Casey Hayward's 87. So a lot of the same kind of ratings we'd expect. Chidobe Awuzie was actually really good last year, so 85 is pretty fair. Probably could have put him up a little bit higher. Surtain here, 83. What's his man in zone? 84, 80 flat. I think that's kind of basic. Can't wait to see Stokes at like a 76 overall or something, even though he had a really good rookie year, especially playing without Jair. You know, and people like, there's so many people I think like, oh yeah, look, it's the corner opposite side of him. It's like, did you not remember last season at all, or do you not watch, or are you just assuming again? Jalen Johnson at an 82 is really bad, though. Jalen Johnson should be higher than that, especially when we're talking about, once again, you know, the Bears' lack of surrounding talent. He should be higher than that. I'm just going to be honest with you. What else? Adoree Jackson maybe could have been a little bit higher. Mike Hilton. Where the hell is Stokes? I wouldn't really expect him to see him here yet anyway, so I'm not even really sure what I'm saying here. But DJ Reed at an 80 probably should be a little bit higher. Rasul Douglas at 80. I'm surprised he's even that high. He was pretty good, but I mean, I feel like people were, once again, just like Trayvon, looking a little bit more at the picks. But I guess that's supposedly it's decent. 78 for Stokes, I think, is too low. I don't know if they just think it was a fluke season, but he should be in the 80s. I mean, he had a pretty damn good rookie year. What are his ratings anyways? Yeah, I mean, 79 man, 79 zone. That just seems like they didn't watch him. And they're just like, yeah, just give him the same rating. No one can complain then. But, yeah, I mean, Stokes is still really good in the game, but obviously, he should probably be a bit better than that. I mean, he had a really good year. If Surtain's an 83, Stokes should be an 80. I'm just going to be honest with you. 80, 81, easily. Sauce is a 78 overall, which is juiced. Derek Stingley at a 77. Wonder what that dev is going to be, though. Like I said, I've been having Sauce at I've been having some Sauce at Superstar, and Stingley at also Superstar, but I would suppose Star would probably make the most sense for him. What else do we have? Maybe you guys cared about the Manor Zone. It's all going to be pretty low. It's really just the athletic ratings you care about the most. All of the man and zone and play rec and all that's going to be pretty low. Trent McDuffie, 74 man, 78 zone coverage. Anything else? Where's some other rookies, like the Vikings maybe? Tavon Young, no thank you. Any other rookies? Where are they? Show me. Booth with 75 man, 73 zone coverage. What's the speed? 91. I thought maybe it would be a little bit lower, but that's, I mean, fair enough, I suppose. Kyer Elam, Excel sucks, agility sucks, but 93 speed. That's all you could ask for. It's all you could ask for. 70 man, 74 zone coverage. I'm trying to think if there's any other rookies with big names. I can't really think of any right now. McCreary, I suppose, is one of them. What's that speed looking like? Should be decent. 89, I thought maybe 90. What else do we have? Kyler Gordon, 88 speed. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense in fairness. A little bit lower of an overall than I would have thought. Maybe they're just basing it off of like the rounds and whatnot. But anyone else I'm thinking of? Cam Taylor-Britt, expecting to be fast, and he is. 93 speed. There's got to be someone else I'm forgetting. Alontae Taylor, yeah, 94 speed, 94 Excel, which is juiced. What's the man in zone? Is it one more over? It is one more over. Yeah, really low, obviously, as expected, but super fast. The age might be a little bit of a problem, but still usable, obviously. Kobe Bryant, what's that speed? What's that speed? What's that speed? 88, yeah, I mean, kind of expected. Damari Mathis, 93 speed. What about the Buccaneers? Jalen Armour Davis, 93 speed. Pretty nice gem. Probably will actually be on my gems list. Where's freaking, what's his name? Yeah, McCollum, 93 speed, 95 Excel, as expected. Kind of blazing. Man in zone's obviously going to suck, but let me know what you guys think of those Madden, those cornerback ratings. Like I said, I think Jalen's a little too high. It's kind of like the Tyrann Mathieu, like, grandfathered in at this point, it seems. Tyler Eifert over here. But I think all these ratings are pretty decent for a corner, and I don't really think there's anything too crazy. I wouldn't get crazy over Ramsey being a 98, and like I wouldn't hate on it, but still think 96 would be a little bit more fair. The only one I think that should be a lot higher, ironically enough, is Jalen Johnson. I say ironically because I'm a Packers fan, but he should be a little higher. Carlton Davis should probably be like an 84. Or Dory Jackson should be up a little bit, I think. But outside of that, I mean, they're pretty tame. They're pretty fair, I suppose. DJ Reed, maybe an 82, but 1 or 2 points isn't, massive. They moved to DTs, of course. I think the only player I'm missing here is Aaron Donald, but I don't want to click right end. We'll look at his ratings, even though they're pretty much going to be like max, 81, 82 speed, 99 for everything else. But, I don't want to, put all the right ends and left ends mixed in. But this is what the DT's looking like. So Vita Vea, 93 overall. I think maybe should be a bit higher than that. Once again, the Buccaneers are the best team in the league, and it's only getting more like that when they add guys like Kyle Rudolph, who are just like not high performers, but high effort, good role players for, I would assume, pretty much minimum, not maximum. Of course, Vita Vea, 92 block shed, probably should be a little bit higher, 90 power move. Good player, of course. It's all going to be pretty basic stuff. There's not really anything crazy going on here. DT's drop pretty hard in overall as well. There's no real new overall, right? Like Fletcher Cox may be a little bit lower than before, but there's no one like way up compared to what we would have expected. Kind of want to look at speed though. So Ed Oliver with 83 speed, Jordan Davis 80 speed, 87 excel, 96 strength. He's kind of a freak. If that power move is more than like 74, dude, they are juicing his flucer. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Okay, so maybe I wouldn't say harsh on them about Devontae Wyatt's pass rushing ability, but I was thinking that Jordan Davis is going to be around what Devontae Wyatt was, and I was like, no way. Wyatt's a better pass rusher. But they just ranked them both pretty low. 68 power move, 75 block shed. He is definitely somebody that needs to develop that, but a little surprised by it, to be honest. I'm a little surprised. What else do we have? So we went by speed. Let's go by strength. Vita Vea at number 1, Jordan Davis number 2, Kenny Clark at 3, which is pretty impressive. He does throw people around, I suppose. Deron Payne, I feel like, might have actually downgraded in strength a little bit. Panthers rocking some strength duos. Then the next stat you would probably want to look at, ironically enough, is power move. Or coincidentally, I don't know if ironically would work there. Chris Jones, the number 1 power move guy at 96. Kenny Clark way down. Quentin Williams, pretty decent. Ed Oliver. Wait, what's Ed Oliver's power move rating? Oh, it just drops really hard. I was about to say, he's in the 90s. But that's not the case. Of course, looking at DeForest Buckner, 91. Chris Jones, very good dual style here. As you can see, Javon Hargrave, always been a great power move, or not power move, but pass rushing guy in the game specifically. And then you could see finesse drops hard by 11 points after that. Sheesh. Block shedding, number 1, Vita Vea. Kenny Clark at number 2, not bad. Of course, his power move is awful. But DJ Reader, obviously a massive man. And then, it just kind of goes down from there. Nothing really too crazy. I'm trying to remember if there was any other, like, DTs. I guess Washington. But there really wasn't any, like, super highly sought-after DTs, right? Fedarian Mathis, 71 overall. They're not really seeing... What about Travis Jones? 75 speed. Not bad. That's pretty fast, actually. What's his strength? 92. Yeah, Travis Jones, a bit of a sleeper. Obviously, the Ravens had another really good draft, as they do. Where is he? Travis Jones. Yeah, very good player, obviously. Much better than Fedarian Mathis at this point because, some of the main core ratings in the game. Can't think there's anyone else that I'd be missing here as far as DT goes. But in case you're curious, Mr. 99 overall, Aaron Donald, 82 speed, 90 excel, 99 strength, 99 awareness, 86 agility. Quite possibly the best defender in football history. 93 tackle. He's just kind of a freak, dude. Like 93 impact. What else? 99 power, 97 finesse, 97 block shed, 98 pursuit, 99 play rec, 89 hit power, which, you could debate what hit power definition is. As far as, like, scare factor, it's like 99, which kind of counts as hit power because you're more likely to, like, crap yourself and fumble the ball because of him coming at you. But, yeah, obviously a freak. And 6 straight years, apparently, of 99 overalls for that man. Regardless, though, let me know what ratings you thought were by far the worst. Do you think that this bunch was the best of the ratings? I think so far of the ratings drops, they're probably the best, but that's not really saying a whole lot because there was some pretty bad ratings in here. But yeah, I mean, I don't think the corners and DTs are too far off. I think they're pretty spot on as far as like ranking them 1 to 10. I'd say they're about where I would rank them, best, best to worst. Trayvon Diggs, there is something to say about those interceptions, so maybe they could have given him an 86 just for the amount of picks he had. And I mean, at times he did play well, but he was a little too risky, and it led to some big plays. So I think he is a decent corner. I would even call him good. But yeah, the picks are a little inflated. There's a lot of bad quarterbacks, of course. A couple of plays like Tom Brady throwing a play to, I think it might have been Fournette, bounces right off his hands, right to Diggs. Once again, I bring it up all the time. Diggs was the first player at that screen. None of the other DBs and all that realized it. So right place, right time, but a good awareness play in general. Would have gotten smoked probably if it didn't get deflected. They would have had a line smoking him. But regardless, I think he's decent. Maybe needs to go a little less ball hawk and a little more conservative at times. And I mean, either way, that's kind of the big rating everyone was looking for, right? Trayvon Diggs, where is he going to be? But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And yeah, tomorrow will be, I think, the final ratings, which will be quarterback. And of course, you will just have the regular ratings in general for every player in the game. They probably do O-line and all that, but I probably won't highlight O-line. It's probably going to just be me talking about the quarterbacks. Regardless, though, going to have more ratings content for the rest of the weekend. And more than likely, a rebuild a little bit later today. I gotta say more than likely, because when, if you guys go crazy on the video and it gets a ton of views, like, why cuck that, I'm not a cuck. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you guys come back for next video, which could be a rebuild a little bit later today. But until next video, see ya!